Let's start with our first news. Jorge Masvidal's direct messages have reportedly been leaked, reigniting his long-running feud with Dylan Danis. The two have been going back and forth for years, and this latest incident has once again sparked massive attention online. According to the leaked screenshots, Dylan Danis began provoking Masvidal on social media, mocking him and claiming he avoids real confrontation. Masvidal allegedly responded with heated messages, challenging him to meet up immediately and calling him out for talking too much. Danis then fired back, warning Masvidal about his past opportunities in combat sports and accusing him of running away from big fights. The exchange quickly escalated, with both men trading insults and threats, including mentions of physical confrontation if they ever cross paths. Masvidal reportedly stated he would break his opponent's teeth, while Danis responded with claims of dragging him around Miami if they met. The leaked messages have once again fueled speculation about whether these two will eventually settle their differences inside a controlled setting, or if the rivalry will continue outside the ring. Fans are now watching closely, waiting to see if this heated feud will finally reach a breaking point. Both sides have previously hinted at wanting a real confrontation, but no official fight has ever been confirmed. The situation continues to build tension across social media, with supporters divided over who is in the right. As the drama unfolds, both fighters remain defiant, refusing to back down from their ongoing war of words. Security concerns and legal issues are also being mentioned by fans and commentators, given the intensity of their online threats. For now, the situation remains unresolved, with both names continuing to trend across social platforms, fueling even more attention worldwide. No official resolution has been reached yet as tension continues. Move on to another news at the start. Justin Gaethje has sent a warning to Ilia, saying he believes the rising contender is far more beatable than most people think, despite the hype surrounding his recent performances. Speaking in an interview with John Morgan, Gaethje explained that while Ilia has looked dominant in key fights, there are clear patterns that experienced fighters can exploit under the right conditions. Gaethje pointed to the way both Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway managed to find success during their fights with Ilia. He admitted that both men were able to land meaningful strikes, create exchanges, and show moments of control that proved Ilia is not untouchable. However, Gaethje also acknowledged the critical difference. Both fighters eventually made small but costly mistakes, and Ilia is extremely sharp at capitalizing on those openings without hesitation. According to Gaethje, that ability to punish errors is what makes Ilia so dangerous, turning even brief lapses into fight-changing moments. He emphasized that it is not necessarily overwhelming pressure or one single weapon, but the precision in taking advantage of mistakes that separates Ilia from many other fighters in the division. Gaethje made it clear that his approach would be different. He stated that he plans to use his head for position, stay heavy in the clinch, and force Ilia into a constant physical battle. His goal is to bring a dogfight where distance and rhythm are taken away and where both fighters are forced into uncomfortable exchanges. He stressed that he cannot afford to fight in a way that allows Ilia space to reset or counter. Gaethje specifically highlighted the importance of not moving backwards, not getting too tall in exchanges, and avoiding being pushed off balance or shifted into bad angles, especially to his left side. He also reflected on Ilia's previous performances, noting that while highlight reels make him look unstoppable, the full fights show clear moments where opponents were competitive. In his view, the difference has always come down to discipline in those key seconds where fights swing. Gaethje believes that if he can maintain control in those moments and avoid critical mistakes, the outcome of a potential matchup would look very different, setting the stage for a high-intensity clash built on pressure, timing, and relentless forward fighting. Move on to another news at the start. Sean O'Malley has expressed surprise after Ayman Zahabi accepted the fight set for June 14th, admitting he did not expect the matchup to come together at this stage. Speaking recently in an interview with Sportsnet's Aaron Bronstetter, O'Malley explained that while he was never against the idea of the fight, he was genuinely taken back when Zahabi agreed to step in. O'Malley pointed out that Zahabi had just come off a narrow win over Marlon Vera, while he himself had previously delivered a dominant performance against Cheto in their 2024 rematch. Because of that contrast, he believed the matchup did not favor Zahabi on paper, making his acceptance of the fight somewhat unexpected. He said he initially thought the fight was unlikely because of how the styles and recent results lined up. According to O'Malley, he assumed Zahabi would avoid the matchup due to the risk involved, especially considering the difference in momentum between them. However, he noted that Zahabi was the one who actually initiated the call-out, which changed everything and made the fight official. O'Malley also gave his assessment of Zahabi as a fighter, acknowledging that he is tough, durable, and well-rounded. He credited him for coming from a strong gym and having solid technical skills, but still maintained that he does not see him as the top tier of the division. In his words, Zahabi is good, but not the best. Despite the confidence in his own outlook, O'Malley emphasized that he is taking the matchup seriously and understands the challenge ahead. He suggested that even if he feels stylistically superior, every fight brings danger if mistakes are made. On the other side, Zahabi has also made his stance very clear. In an interview with Sportsnet's Diana Belbita, he explained that he believes this is a great matchup for him, which is why he actively called for it. He expressed strong confidence in his abilities across all areas, including striking, wrestling, and grappling. Zahabi stated that no matter where the fight takes place, he believes he holds the advantage. He also highlighted his toughness, durability, and hunger as key factors that he expects to define the night. In his view, those attributes, combined with his skill set, will allow him to overcome O'Malley and secure the biggest win of his career. Move on to another news at the start. A huge UFC fight has officially been announced, as middleweights Jared Cannonier and Christian Leroy Duncan are set to throw hands on the UFC's July 18th card in Oklahoma City. The matchup was first reported recently and has already started building serious attention due to both fighters' recent momentum shifts and contrasting form inside the division. Christian Leroy Duncan enters this fight riding a strong wave of confidence after securing a decision win over Roman Dolidze in March. That victory extended his winning streak to 4, showing steady improvement and consistency in his performances. Before this run, the last man to hand him a loss was Gregory Rodriguez, who defeated him by decision back in July 2024. Since that setback, Duncan has clearly rebuilt his rhythm and found his footing again in the middleweight division. On the other side, Jared Cannonier has had a more mixed recent stretch. He has not competed since August, when he suffered a decision loss to Michael Page in a tough outing. That fight raised questions about his momentum heading into future matchups, especially given the competitiveness of the middleweight rankings. However, before that loss, Cannonier delivered a strong reminder of his power and durability in February 2025, when he managed to defeat Gregory Rodriguez in a performance that turned heads across the division. That win showcased his ability to still compete at a high level against dangerous opposition and re-established him as a serious threat in the weight class. Now, both fighters will meet in a high-stakes clash that could significantly impact their positions in the division. For Duncan, this represents a chance to break into even higher-ranked competition and extend his winning streak to 5. For Cannonier, it is an opportunity to bounce back from his recent setback and prove that he still belongs among the top contenders in the middleweight landscape. With both men bringing different forms of pressure, momentum, and urgency into the fight, the July 18th matchup in Oklahoma City is shaping up to be a key test for each athlete's future in the division as they look to make a statement on a major UFC stage. Move on to another news. At the start, Alex Pereira has narrowly avoided injury in a bizarre moment just weeks before the UFC White House event, where he is expected to compete in one of the biggest fights of his career. With the event now less than a month away, the incident has already raised concerns among fans and insiders about unnecessary risks during fight camp. According to reports, Alex Pereira was seen riding bikes with his sons in a video captured for the cameras. What started as a light moment quickly turned into a potentially dangerous situation when Pereira attempted a brake slide maneuver off to the side. However, his son was not fully prepared for the sudden movement, which nearly led to a collision. In the footage, the situation escalates in a split second as his son almost crashes into Alex, narrowly missing him by inches. The impact could have easily resulted in an injury at the worst possible time, especially with such a high-profile fight approaching. The moment appeared chaotic, and it was later noted that his son may have lightly struck the cameraman while trying to stop. From a UFC perspective, the incident has sparked frustration among some observers, as any injury during this stage of preparation could have serious consequences for the event. With such a massive fight on the horizon, even a minor setback could disrupt training, impact performance, or even jeopardize the entire matchup. Critics have suggested that Alex needs to be more careful moving forward, especially during activities that carry unnecessary risk outside of training. The concern is that any freak accident at this stage could put the entire card in danger, and create major complications for the UFC. Despite the scare, Pereira has recently been seen adding significant mass in preparation for his upcoming clash with Cyril Gane, aiming to bring more strength into the fight. However, this physical transformation has also led to discussions about whether his speed and movement could be affected once he steps back into the octagon. Still, the focus remains on his preparation for the White House event, where expectations are extremely high. Fans are now watching closely to see whether he continues to train cautiously and avoids any further incidents that could risk his condition ahead of one of the most important fights of his career. Move on to another news at the start. Ilia thinks Conor will beat Max Holloway. Conor is currently a sizable underdog on the betting lines for his upcoming fight with Max Holloway at UFC 329. He is now 38 and has not fought since suffering a leg injury in 2021. Despite this, Ilia believes Conor still has what it takes to win, offering a surprising perspective during an interview with Carlos Contreras-Legaspi. He said Conor remains a massive name for the sport and continues to draw huge attention from fans. According to Ilia, this fight carries both risks and rewards for the UFC and the fighters involved. The matchup is a rematch of their 2013 bout, when Conor defeated Max by unanimous decision in the featherweight division. Ilia explained that he expects a pure striking battle with no wrestling or grappling exchanges involved. He believes both fighters will stand and trade shots in a high-paced fight. He added that Max may currently be the more complete fighter, but Conor still possesses dangerous power and timing that cannot be ignored. Ilia also emphasized that Conor's presence remains massive for the sport, even while acknowledging his decline in recent years. He described the potential fight as competitive, suggesting both men would land clean shots throughout. According to Ilia, Conor's advantage comes from experience in big moments, which could play a key role again in this rematch. He concluded that if Conor wins, it could open the door to even bigger fights in the future. This also raises speculation about what comes next for the division and the UFC matchmaking plans. Ilia further noted that Conor winning would increase global interest and potentially set up massive future super fights involving top contenders. He believes the stakes are extremely high for both fighters heading into UFC 329, and that pressure will play a major role in the outcome. According to Ilia, Conor thrives in high-pressure environments where attention and expectations are at their peak. He ended by saying that the fight is unpredictable and could swing either way, depending on who executes better on fight night. The buildup continues to grow as fans debate whether Conor still has enough speed and precision to overcome Max in a striking battle at this stage of his career. Ilia maintains confidence in Conor despite criticism and doubts surrounding his return to competition worldwide fight. Move on to another news at the start. UFC updates continue as another major matchup has been officially reported, with Magomed Ankalaev set to face Khalil Roundtree Jr. in his next appearance. The bout is expected to take place on the UFC's July 25th card in Abu Dhabi. According to reporting from Vesnik MMA, Ankalaev will be returning to action for the first time since last October, when he suffered a loss to Alex Pereira in their rematch. Before that setback, Ankalaev had built an impressive undefeated streak, stretching across 14 straight fights, establishing himself as one of the most consistent contenders in the division. Now, he enters this fight looking to reset and reassert his position near the top of the light heavyweight rankings. The pressure is high, as another loss could significantly impact his path back to title contention. On the other side, Khalil Roundtree Jr. is also aiming to bounce back. He is coming off a knockout defeat against Jiri Prochazka in his last outing, which also took place in October. Despite that setback, Roundtree has remained competitive in recent years, going 3 wins and 2 losses in his last 5 fights. This matchup presents a critical opportunity for both men, as each fighter is looking to regain momentum and climb back toward elite status in the division. Ankalaev brings technical precision and control base, while Roundtree is known for his explosive striking and finishing power, setting the stage for a dangerous clash in Abu Dhabi. In addition to this announcement, Merab was seen on a live stream with Larry recently, where he discussed training, mindset, and upcoming goals in the bantamweight division. His appearance added further attention to the ongoing activity across multiple UFC divisions. Fans are now closely watching how these matchups develop, especially with several fighters coming off key losses and looking to rebuild their careers. The upcoming July 25th card is shaping up to be an important event, with high stakes attached to multiple bouts on the lineup, with Ankalaev seeking redemption after his first major setback in years, and Roundtree aiming to re-establish his knockout form. This fight carries significant implications for the future of the light heavyweight division. Both men enter with urgency, knowing that a victory could immediately push them back into top contender conversations. UFC officials have yet to release further details on additional fights for the card, but anticipation continues to build as more announcements are expected in the coming days. The division remains highly competitive, and this matchup is already drawing strong attention from fans and analysts worldwide.